Hey friends, and welcome to the February 2024 Ministry Field Report. That feels weird to even say that, 2024.
Wow.
But we're here. And you guys are getting used to seeing me and Mrs. Brenda. And the last field report you saw, we were touring the new Family Ministry Center.
Yeah, good morning.
And we're glad that you're tuning in because we have a really pointed ask that we want to talk to you about today. And I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Brenda. Before I do that, I want to talk about where we're standing right now. So we're standing in front of Miracle Hill's history wall. And if you ever want to see this, come on up to our admin offices. I would love to show you around here on South Pleasantburg. But this wall details the beginnings of Miracle Hill in 1937, kind of as a soup kitchen, and then its evolution into what it is today. And it includes on there 1957, our children's home. I'll let her talk a little bit about that here in a minute. But we want you to kind of think about what we're going to ask you here in light of the people who have gone before us. So Mrs. Brenda, you want to talk a little bit about foster care?
I do. So thank you for listening. So 1957 was a long time ago, about 67 years ago now. And during that time, Jacob, there were people who had a heart for God's children. And I just have to believe that there's still people who have a heart for God's children, because back in 1957, there were children who needed a place to go. And people came together and they labored and they worked really hard because they heard the voice of the Lord calling unto them. And so here I am, guys. I'm asking, if you would allow yourselves to invite us in to your congregation, even to your home, for a fellowship for foster care. It's not unreasonable that on any given night, there's approximately 20 children with nowhere to go, using a DSS office as their residence. That's not good stuff, Jacob. And I know that we in Miracle Hill care enough that we want those kids to have an address. We want them to have a place to go. So yes, we need families who will be willing to step up and to hear the voice of the Lord, the clarion voice saying, yes, I will. I'll open my home to a child, a sibling group, a teenager, and then also right now, we've actually got 2 vacant houses where we need families to just move in and make it their homes and then welcome God's children in. If you're interested, if you just want to talk about it, but more importantly, if you join me in praying about it, that if it's not you, God would send the right person who could step into this place and care for his children, Jacob. I know that what she did then, he can still do it.
Amen. Yeah, so what's the best way for them to get in touch with your team?
Well, go to miraclehill.org, but Brenda Parks, 864-631-0124. That's my office number. Please feel free. Or bparks at miraclehill.org is my email address. So I really, and if it's just like I said, you just want to have a conversation, or more importantly, would you pray with me?
Last year, just so you guys know, we served over 370 children and youth in foster care, and that is in part to believers who are willing to stand in the gap.
Yeah.
So thank you to those people who have done that, and thank you for considering it. We're going to transition now. Mrs. Brenda's going to check out, and we're actually going to go to the Greenville Rescue Mission because we've been talking about a project that's going on in downtown Greenville, and I want to travel over there and just kind of show you what's going on. All right, so let's go do that.
God bless.
All right, so we're here at the Greenville Rescue Mission. Just wanted to give you guys a little mid-construction update. We've got a lot going on here, but the project is nearing its close. Right now, the ribbon cutting is set for May 7th, so you can go ahead and mark your calendars for that, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what's going on. And right now, I'm standing in the expanded kind of plaza at the front of the mission. You can see the really neat Miracle Hill logo that's inset here. But there's also seating benches around the front where people can grab a seat, maybe while you're even walking from downtown over to Unity Park. But we wanted to make this part really aesthetically pleasing. I want to show you a few other parts, so let's take a look at where the new statue is going to be. So right now I'm in the corner plaza, and this was non-existent before. It's adjacent to the Lila Mae Brock statue that's on the opposite side of the street here. It's on the corner of Washington and Hudson, right across from the big post office in downtown Greenville. But right here, there's going to be a really cool new statue that we've had done. And I'm just excited for you to see it. I don't want to reveal too much now, but it'll be a part of that ribbon cutting on May 7th. Right here in the background, though, you can see the really signature Jesus Saves neon sign. the guests see when they walk up to the mission, and that'll be where men check in, right here on the Hudson Street side. Now, just down the road from us is Unity Park, where they've done all that development. So we're really excited for people to walk past the mission and to walk past the Jesus Saves sign and the statue that's going up. You know, your kids can even come over here and sit and interact with it to some degree. Really excited about what the future holds. So I just want to show you real quick, we're walking down Hudson Street like we're going to Unity Park, but there's going to be a history wall that's right here in the side of this rounded top plaza, right beside the Jesus Saves cross and right where the men check in. There will be this really neat history that gives you some of what, you know, Greenville Rescue Mission's origin, but also Miracle Hill as a whole. We'll have a little origin plaque there as well, and our Miracle Hill logo. And then right here across the top, it's going to say Greenville Rescue Mission. It'll be really, really beautiful when it's all said and done. Now, the next thing I want to show you is inside the fence, we've created a new amphitheater area for the men to be able to have things like worship nights, or groups come in to do Bible studies and different things like that. So let's go take a peek at that real quick. So this is actually behind the fence. This is part of the residential area for our guests. They've got this beautiful little walkway, but this is the amphitheater that I was talking about. If you go down the hill a little bit, kind of out of the view of the general public, there's this beautiful new amphitheater going in. They'll have sod in between the different levels here, but groups can be just right down here, you know, leading different programs, all kind of cool things the men will be able to experience now that maybe they haven't gotten to experience before. So that's all we want to tease right now. I think that's it as far as the Greenville Rescue Mission construction. As we get closer to the end, we'll give you a big reveal. We'll do the statue, we'll show you the history wall plaques and stuff like that. But just want to say thank you to everybody who's made this project a reality. You know, we have 142 men that call this place home. And then I just heard recently that, you know, at the peak of cold weather, we had 147 additional men coming to the Greenville Rescue Mission. So lots of work going on here every day. The good news is being spread. Men are being fed, sheltered, counseled. Lots of good work going on, and it's because of the work that you do. The last thing we're going to say in this ministry field report is that there is a banquet coming up on March 12th. If you haven't signed up and you want to be a part of that banquet, it's our big annual fundraising banquet. It's at the Greenville Convention Center, but it's March 12th. You can still sign up today. It's miraclehill.org/banquet. Thank you guys for what you do. Have a good day.